Today, I'm really happy to be talking to Stefan Cassidy, someone I really enjoy discussing real estate with. Stefan handles special exclusive projects at Savills, which means that he's right at the intersection between best-in-line projects and serious buyers. And he knows DIFC Zabeel district inside out, so I really think this conversation is going to be a good one. Welcome, Stefan.
Hi, Carmen. Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Stefan, DIFC already carries serious weight as a location. But in a market where there's a lot of new supply, what gives this project long-term holding value?
Great question, Carmen. I think when we look at the overall master plan, the vision is up to 2040. So if you look at the whole Zabeel master plan, it's going to bring 4,000 residential units only. But in phase A specifically, this is what's so much attention about the DIFC Zabeel Extension. I'll give you one example. We have the DIFC Academy here. This is a capacity to hold prestigious business schools from around the world, such as Georgetown in the US and London Business School.
Well,
And it can host up to 50,000 students annually. Wow. Now, phase A of residential units is only 1,400. So if you look at these numbers, instantly, there's a demand.
Makes sense, definitely. There's clearly a shift in people wanting walkability and convenience again. How important is that live, work, socialize aspect for buyers here?
Very important, Carmen. If you look at DIFC just now, it's many skyscrapers that bring up the Dubai skyline, and everything is podium level and above. So that's encouraging people to come to a podium level to, have food and beverage options. But what's really special about this community is it's over 17.7 million gross floor area, and 20% of that is dedicated entirely to green space.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
A lot of low-rise community, as you'll see within the master plan model here. So you're having, ground level and podium level, as well as climate-controlled areas and shaded areas as well, which is really going to bring that kind of walkable space, as well as eat, work, live and play type environment as well.
And who's actually gravitating towards this project right now? Are you seeing more end users, international buyers, investors, or more of a mix?
For sure, a mix. I think as well what's special about Zabeel is bringing all the different types of businesses here, which I'll touch on later on in our conversation. But if you think of it has the capacity to host another 4,000 offices. So people want to live in the city centre of Dubai. They want to live in downtown, but they also want to live there close to it. So this is a community where they can live and they can walk to work. People do like public transport, but people have all of this on their doorstep, So these things are bringing end users for sure. The 3 bedrooms now, and they're going to be bigger spaces as well. So it's going to be designed around families. And of course, we have international investors as well as students. So really a mix of everything, which is really, really exciting that people actually want to be living here because it's this is actually one of the largest master plans that we've seen in Dubai in recent years. And it's backed by DIFC government developers. So with this brand and by the government, it brings a lot
credibility.
of attention. Yeah,
True.
for sure. Yeah.
True. And for investors, I think the scarcity of supply in an area like DIFC also attracts investors other than end users.
Of course.
Yeah.
And also in terms of DIFC, through the courts and the laws here, it goes through British law.
Yes.
In terms of it's all in English, which is designed around international investors.
True.
It's not in Arabic. So these things are designed around helping the financial from investors from around the world as well.
Absolutely,
which is really good.
Absolutely, because they have trust in the system.
Exactly.
Amazing. Stefan, can you walk us through the highlights of DIFC Zabeel district and what are actually the things that genuinely excite you most about it?
Sure. So what's brought a lot of attention to this DIFC Zabeel is predominantly businesses that is coming here. So we have the world's first ever purpose-built AI campus, which is the way the world's going nowadays with AI, which is fantastic. We also have here a digital arts pavilion. This is going to be a very immersive place to live that Dubai is known for light shows, water shows and water features, which is really, really special as well. We have here the world's largest innovation hub. You'll have an ultra luxury hotel with a private members club. And you have the DIFC Academy, which we touched on earlier, about how it's bringing some of the world's most prestigious business schools with the capacity to hold up to 50,000 students annually. Now, all of this is coming in phase A, which is the first part, and all this is to be completed by 2030.
Oh, that's
This
amazing.
is where the first 4 residential towers will be, and there's only going to be 1,400 residential units in phase A. So already showing the scarcity of, if we 50,000 students alone, we're looking for somewhere to live, there's not enough units here.
Yeah,
You know, of
that's
course, some of them
amazing.
they won't be able to because there's limited units, but that really shows these numbers and these figures and what it's bringing here. We also have the stables as well. This will not be stables with real horses,
Yeah, I
but
thought
this
so.
area was the Zabeel stables, and the royals, they love their horses. To try and preserve some of that legacy, we've called it the stables, where it's a lot of food and beverage concept, which is from homegrown from the UAE, which is really nice. And of course, your Michelin star restaurants that we know in DIFC, and a lot of ground level food and beverage concepts as well, ultra luxury hotel, and designer boutiques as well, which is really nice. And what's really amazing as well is the existing DIFC where we are will
Oh,
have an
it's
overground
connected.
bridge for connectivity, which is going to be really good as well. And that will be overground, fully air conditioned, and it will take you over to the DIFC Zabeel.
Amazing. So it links the old and the new. And I love that heritage part that
Yes,
they kept that touch.
exactly.
So this project actually launched at quite a sensitive moment just before the regional turbulence. How do you think that context affects investors now and in the longer term?
Yeah, great question. I think here with Dubai is a very resilient city. We're very lucky to live here. But this is a government-backed developer. They're owned by the government, and they're not just building towers. They're not just building another project. They're building a huge master plan of a global financial hub. They're also building infrastructure underground with the Elon Musk, the boring company, which is going to be building the underground tunnels.
Oh,
The
it's
first
amazing.
stop here is DIFC, ICD Brookfield, downtown Dubai. So, they're actually taking all of these things into account for the future. And this is what it's all about, building infrastructure, more public transport, and actually attracting more people here to live from Europe and overseas as well.
Very exciting. So DIFC has always been a statement address, but honestly, what you're describing here is a lot more. It's something permanent, a place where people would want to live, not just own. And thank you for giving us the full picture about it.
For sure. It was my pleasure to introduce you to DIFC Zabeel, and come down and join us for a presentation.